Here we go, and back at Channel 36. Hello, Terry.
Hello.
How are you tonight?
I'm great, thank you.
Tonight on Channel 36 in WeHo, we have a show on psychometry. And when I told some people the title of the show and who I'm going to have on, they said, "What is psychometry?" So Terry and I are going to tell the world what psychometry is, and she sure has the background in it, and it's fascinating.
Indeed.
Right, Terry?
Yes.
Okay. And she also told me her family has psychic ability all the way back. The genes are there, and that's it.
On my mom's side. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, I said, "Can we use something that I have tonight?" And she said, "Sure."
Yeah.
So I said, "I have this heart ring, which I'm going to take off." Now, psychometry is the psychic ability where you touch an object, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
And senses, you feel from that, and you give a reading. It's the energy from it, right?
An energetic read of the imprint, the energetic imprint off of an object, yes.
Okay. And then I also said to her, what happens, like, I bought this ring around, I guess, 8 years ago. So before I bought it, people were trying the ring on. So the reading that you get, would it be from me or from the other person? And what did you tell me that one?
Well, I mean, when people are just putting them on and just trying things on, they're not leaving a large enough energetic imprint for the auric field of the actual object. So nothing's going to stick unless it's in their presence or with them in their home for a longer period of time. So, I mean, unless it's an heirloom and it's gone through family members.
So vintage all the way down.
Yeah, so that's a little bit different. You might find that at antique stores.
Right,
You might find that at antique stores, yeah.
Right, okay. Well, like I said, this is a heart ring which I adore, okay? And I'm gonna give it to Terry, and I'm gonna see what she comes up with, okay? And she also says, what happens sometimes, not that it's going to happen tonight or on the air, but sometimes when she does a psychometry reading, she gets a feeling from a spirit may come in. Now, I don't know if it's going to happen here, but it has happened to her.
Yes,
okay,
it has.
All right. So I'm going to give you the ring. Okay. There
great.
you go.
And I'm holding the ring. So
do you want to close your eyes?
Yes, I'm going to be closing my eyes.
She blindfolds her eyes, but we don't have the blindfold.
I don't have a
Honestly, we
blindfold.
forgot it. But she's going to close her eyes.
Yes. So this is what I'm going to need from you, because I'd love to say I'm 100% accurate all of the time, but I'm wearing my earth suit, so that definitely means that I am not 100% accurate all of the time. So I'm going to need you to tell me if I'm right or even if I'm wrong. Okay, so I need validation either way. So
here we go.
Yep.
Oh
we always need to be validated. You're a wonderful person, Terry. Thank you. Yeah, because sometimes when I get no's, it could be that the information or the data that I'm downloading, I may not be interpreting it correctly or translating it correctly, so I might have to go back and reconfigure the information that I get. So if you don't mind working with me in that area, I'd appreciate that.
Gladly.
So I'm just going to go ahead.
Take your time.
Yeah, no, thank you. I just wanted to start the connection. Okay, so the first thing that, now I'm primarily clairsentient, which means that I feel things. I'm becoming more clairaudient, which means I'm hearing things. When I'm using my clairvoyance, it means that I'm seeing things in my mind's eye. But first, what comes up to me for me is I'm getting a clairsentient feeling, which means a physical sensation that I'm having in my stomach area. So the first question I want to ask you is, would you understand why I might be having a sensation in my stomach area? Now, remember, this is energy that I'm reading off of this object.
From the stomach?
From the stomach, yeah.
Meaning that I would have something wrong with my stomach?
Not necessarily something wrong with the stomach.
okay.
I'm asking if you would understand a connection.
A connection with
to
that.
why I might be having a sensation in this area of my stomach.
No.
Okay, good. No, perfect. Thank you.
The stomach, no.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Would you understand, thank you. So would you understand, okay, so would you understand why I might be saying there's a lot of thought processes going on in your head? Now this I do feel like it would be for you. So would you understand if I say that you're a thinker and you think a lot in your head?
True.
And that it can kind of borderline, I don't want to call it obsessive thinking, but it might be really focusing on a particular thing. Now would you understand that that can sometimes interfere with sleeping or going to sleep for you? Would you understand that?
I'm usually a good sleeper.
Okay.
But I do have a lot on my mind when I hit the bed.
Going to bed,
yeah,
right. Okay.
To bed. But I do. I think all the time. I'm very obsessive in my thinking.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Great. Now, would you understand, I'm not saying it's great that you're an obsessor, I'm just saying great that I'm making a connection, because I want to make sure that I'm getting a clear connection with you. Would you understand dogs? Hold on one second, because would you understand a small dog, that you have a small dog, or a connection with you to a small dog?
I had a dog.
Okay.
But I have something small now, but it's not a dog.
Okay. No, I don't want to make things fit. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Okay.
So you would not understand a small dog with short curly hair?
My mother had one.
Okay.
I had one before.
So you can. Okay. So you can. And would you understand that this dog? Would you understand that this dog may have been like an apricot color, or a blonde color, or a fawn color? Would you understand that? No.
No, this dog was light grayish color.
Light grayish, but it was a light color.
Now that I remember.
Okay.
Now that I remember.
Okay, so I'm not getting a very clear connection, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to make things fit. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm just going to go ahead and own that. That's fine. I'm not necessarily sure that I'm connecting with you on this, unless what can happen is psychic amnesia, and as soon as this is over, you go home and you go, now I know what Terrie was talking about. That is totally and completely normal.
Okay.
But would you understand, would you understand that you would have had a past life? Now, I'm not saying a past life like reincarnation, but before you were doing this, would you understand that you used to have another job or another occupation in an office? Would you understand that?
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
You understand that. And would you understand that there was a lot of papers that would come across your desk? You understand that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. Now, would you understand that you had some sort of authority there, right, where you actually had to make decisions?
I did.
I feel like I have to say, I don't feel like you were the head or the executive, but there would be someone above you. I do feel it was male. Would you understand that?
Yes.
And would you understand that you, though, you did have to make executive decisions for him, but I also feel like you don't miss that job. Do you understand that?
That's true.
Okay. Now we're starting to cook. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a while. Now, would you understand health issues in the past?
Yeah, the past, excuse me, when you say past, that could be last week, it could be a month ago, 3 months.
So let me, now, would you understand the upper part of your body and even your back? Would you understand that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so now that's what's coming through.
Yes.
So sometimes it takes a while to just kind of get cooking here.
Okay.
Now, would you understand that there was like manipulation or some sort of like therapy or chiropractic work? Physical therapy work? And I feel like it would have been in, would you understand the right side of your body?
You hit it.
Okay.
It's my right side.
Right
That's
side.
bad.
Okay. Great.
My right side.
And it's currently bad? I mean, that's a regular Terrie question. That's not a psychic Terrie question.
Well, off and on.
Off and on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Off and on.
Now, would you, now, in our conversation, you told me you had a daughter, so I already know that information.
Right.
That was before we started filming.
Yeah.
But would you understand, 2 children. Hold on, let me find out if that's yours or hers. Would you understand, now I need you to think a little bit outside the box, not exactly like this could be Lorraine's, but would you understand 2 children? Either you having 2 children or your daughter having 2 children. Would you understand that? You can say no, it's fine.
Well, I did have one, yes, but I lost it.
Okay. So you had 2 children.
Yeah, years and years ago, centuries ago.
Okay, don't give me too much information.
Okay.
Don't feed the media.
Okay.
She'll become a large.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So would you understand that one of those children was a boy, which I guess would make sense because you have a girl, is your daughter. Did I get that incorrect?
There is a boy in the picture.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to say right now.
Perfect. Great. Now, would you understand that education is very important, or was very important to these children? That they be educated. Would you understand that?
Yes, of course, yes.
And would you understand that I feel like I have to say one of them made it to higher education. Would you understand that?
No.
Okay. So, so I'm wrong with that. So I have to figure that out because I'm being shown, and I feel like there was higher education. Maybe further, deeper learning into a particular trade or vocation. Would you understand that?
Concerning with the boy?
No, this feels like it would be your daughter. Would you understand that? So if she didn't get higher education, like she didn't go to university, like a master's or something like that, in whatever vocation she would be, she went further and deeper into it. So she had some sort of higher education.
Oh, yeah, she's just really deep into it.
She's deep into that.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Great. Got it. Thank you.
Yes.
I just needed to explain that better. See, that's the translation part. Lost in translation. Now, would you understand that she actually has a passion about it? You understand that?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. So I do feel it was a good match for her. Like the field or the area that she's in, it does feel like it's a good match for her.
Right.
So I feel like, and maybe you can pass this on to her, or maybe you know this information. If you don't know, I mean, if you do know, that if there have been concerns like, did I take the right path?
Yeah.
Am I going the right way? It is the right path. It is where she should be. And she is continually, I'm getting chills in this, she is continually getting and going in the right direction. And I do feel there's more for her to accomplish in this area. Would you understand
Oh,
that?
I definitely understand that.
So,
yes.
So, and I do feel like there will be some money coming in from
Yes.
that. She's got to, like, stick to it. So if there's any qualms, or when she gets down, or maybe she starts second guessing herself, or there's some self-doubt about whether she's doing the right thing or in the right path, maybe you as mom can go, I talked to Terrie, and the ring said... the ring said she needs to stick with this.
Oh, yes, she will.
Okay, good. But during those moments, you know, it almost feels like, believe it or not, it feels like it's an opportunity for you to connect with her during those moments. Do you understand that? Do you understand why those moments would be special?
Oh, yes, I understand.
Very special moments between you and your daughter.
I understand because of that.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you cry. But I guess I'm doing my job if I'm making you cry. But a good cry.
Fabulous.
It's a good cry. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, because I didn't tell her anything about this.
No. So I definitely don't mean to make you cry, but I just want you to know that as a mom, you can be very, very proud of your daughter. I'm sure you already are, but someone who doesn't know you, who's never met you before, you just literally gave me your ring. You are being a really great mom and supporting your daughter, okay? She's on the right path. She's doing the right thing.
Oh, yes, she is.
Would you
she is.
Would you understand that she has kids, or there's kids?
Oh, yes.
Okay, because I feel like a lot of the times she's working not just for her, but for her kids. So it feels like what she's doing, or this direction she's going in, is like, I can feel it. It's just like bigger than her, which is why I have to say that she's on the right path. I mean, she's on the right path. So the money will come. I have to tell you to tell her the money will be there and the money will come. Okay, so she can kind of like relax about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you know.
I do.
That there are issues about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do know, because sometimes.
Absolutely correct.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. But I want you to well, it's on video.
She
but
doesn't know anything about me like that. This is amazing. Amazing.
Well, just
wow.
ensure your daughter that she's on the right path and she's doing the right thing.
I will.
And these moments, I feel like they're kind of gifts from God for you to kind of connect with your daughter.
Right.
So it's really meaningful to you and meaningful to her. So they're very special moments. So I just have to say, like, even if there's frustrations and anger and
I don't want to say too much, but what is being done, there is the connection between both of us.
Good.
That's all I'll say. Yeah.
Good. And I have to say that it's ultimately it's a good connection. You're there, you're on the right path, and I feel like it's an opportunity for you to actually physically hug her if you can, or if you want to, or if there have been. I just feel like you can do that.
Hugging's great. I just said to her a while back, I said, people have to hug more because people don't hug more. You know, we're so busy, we're running in and out, and that's it. Hi, that's it. But hugging is important.
Yeah.
Hugging
So there's that. Your ring just gave me all of that information, and I just threw that out at you.
Amazing. So amazing. Wow, I'm astounded. Anyhow, getting back here to the show.
And we're back.
I'm awed. I am awed by this. Like, her family is psychic. Okay, this is how she got into the business. My
sisters, my mother, and my grandmother.
And she's teaching her nephew now how to read psychometry and to do all these things.
Well, with him, I mean, he's 3 years old.
Oh, he's 3 years old?
Yeah, he's only 3. So you have to kind of go with age appropriate.
Can you do it with a 3-year-old?
I have taught him his chakras. So he knows his chakras, which are energy centers of the body, which emulate, or they are energy centers for feeding energy to body parts.
Oh my God, okay.
And he's shown signs of telepathy, so I'm still, I mean, he's young, so
what,
I still
What do you mean? What signs is he showing?
He is, you know, with brothers and sister, you know, very close people, you can read each other's minds, but he is oftentimes, I guess you can call it reading his sister's mind, where he's giving her things. It's almost as if his sister, who's my niece, like kind of asked for something. She's almost 2, so her language isn't as clear as his, so it's almost as if she's energetically asking him for things and he's giving it to her, and it's like this symbiotic relationship that's just kind of happening, and he can anticipate people's needs. He's definitely an empath. So yeah, I mean, he's showing these signs, and it's just a matter of doing things age appropriate, building confidence and empowerment, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, he's my little piece of clay and experiment right now, but yeah.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could have classes on psychometry.
Yeah.
For toddlers.
Oh, I mean, the world's there's no limit. I mean, or what's the word?
No, I told Terrie,
sky's the limit.
I told Terrie, she should work with the police department.
I would love to. It's a goal.
It's
a goal.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And this one is a little bit different than a regular psychic, even though you have to have psychic ability because you're touching objects.
Right, so you're still getting energy.
Yeah, that's the energy.
You're reading energy. And the reality is a psychic connection is, you don't need a tool. This is just a tool. If you're in tune with energy, you're sensitive enough, you don't even, like, I wouldn't even need this. I could just sit and talk with you and just start spewing out information. But this is just a tool.
Right. And then that they were doing this, they also call it dowsing.
Dowsing.
She told me they call it dowsing.
Yeah.
2,500 years ago, a Chinese emperor did it, which is fascinating to know.
I think we should go to China and do this there. What do you think?
I think we should. I think
that'd be a fun field trip.
Yeah. And in fact, we were talking to have like parties. Matching people with psychometry.
Yeah, like psychometry matchmaking. Why not?
Yeah, she said have a group of men and have a group of women, and she would talk to each, and then she would point out, who thinks that she would say this person goes with this person to make a good match.
Yeah, it would be fun. I wish I had that in my world. Like, I could get an object of some guy that I was kind of dating and see if maybe it would be a good match, because it sure.
Yeah, how are you with your psychometry?
With
when
my
you
own?
date?
Oh, when I date, I'm terrible when it comes to me.
Okay, tell me.
Terrible.
When you date, you tell them what you do.
I do, because it's my life. It's my lifestyle.
So what does he say? Oh, here's something. Read it for me. Then.
No, they usually get very afraid because I represent truth and authenticity, so they know they can't BS me. So this is a very easy filter.
Okay,
usually
so you can know, you sense things, you know this person. Either you're going to get the red flags or not.
Yeah.
Because I get red flags too before also.
Yeah, but I'm not that good at reading my own red flags. I'm great for other people. When it comes to me, I've made many, many mistakes when it comes to dating.
Yeah, I heard that before
Yeah.
about people who have gifts like that.
Yeah.
Why is that so, do you think?
Because the way all of this psychic and energy work goes is technically you're supposed to surrender and let go so that you're just a conduit of energy, right? But when it's me, I'm here thinking, well, what does he do for a living? Will he be, someone fun to date? Am I attracted to him? So that all automatically puts me in my head.
Yeah.
So I'm in a more cerebral space instead of a more feeling space.
Feeling, yeah.
So I get too analytical, and that's what gets me in trouble instead of, surrendering to, let's see how I feel. Look, I own it. Like, I'm not perfect. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm wearing an earth suit. As long as I'm human, I'm gonna make mistakes.
Of course, that's what it is, no matter what.
Yeah.
But like I said, she's been doing this quite a long time, and she's in West Hollywood here,
Yeah,
which
West
is great.
Hollywood, yes.
Not far
Local.
from here.
No, not far at all.
No.
Yeah.
And like I said, they use them for parties. They do so much with psychometry and everything.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay, should I put my ring back on?
There you go.
But you blew my mind with this. I just never thought.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Well, if you're dealing with someone like me who comes from a place where I want to help you and I want to make sure that you're able to get something out of this and not take advantage of any type of emotional vulnerability.
Right.
Then you're dealing with someone who's really wonderful. But there are plenty of frauds out there who do shenanigans, and they'll say, oh, there's a curse on your family, give me thousands of dollars and I'll remove it.
Like psychics.
I've been on that side before.
Or gypsies.
Or gypsies.
There are plenty of gypsies around.
So I've been on that side. I have been taken advantage of. So I know what that's like, and that's not what I like to do, and it's not me. It's just not how I operate. I really, truly want, when someone comes to see me, for them to leave me feeling good and empowered, even if I gave them information that wasn't so good.
Right. That they have. Yeah. It's good because that could help them focus to do something better.
Yeah. For their highest self.
Exactly.
For their better self.
Better esteem for themselves, which is so important.
And they should be empowered. People should be empowered. There's too much craziness going on in the world today, and people are self-doubting themselves, or, it's like, why not feel good about what you do, who you are, take a stand.
Exactly.
And just know you're not a bad person.
No. So I asked Terrie, I said, what's the most unusual object that you did in psychometry? Anything different, anything weird, anything like that? But she told me someone gave her a belt.
Yeah, I've done belts, I've done shoes, engagement rings, really big engagement rings that I did give back. I promise, I gave them back. But those were some diamonds.
Now wait a second. If someone gives you a big engagement ring, anybody knows, wow, this person... It tells the personality. Well, it's something behind it.
Yes,
there's a lot of money involved.
An object will give me information. When I do large group readings, I will be blindfolded. I will have my back to the audience, and if someone brings to me an object and it's in my hand and it feels like a bracelet, yes, I can automatically deduce that the odds are it's a woman's bracelet. So yes, there's an obvious side to this. Absolutely. And I'm not going to BS that, and I'm just going to say this obviously feels like an engagement ring. This feels like a hair clip. I'm going to know that that belongs to a woman. However, does it necessarily belong to that woman?
But however, now wait, when it comes to bracelets.
Yes.
Men wear bracelets.
Men wear bracelets too.
Yeah,
that's
true.
So
what do you do in a circumstance like that, then?
Well, I'm honest. I go, this feels like it's a woman's bracelet. And I ask for validation. Am I right or wrong? I could be wrong, and it could be a man's bracelet. And then I go, okay, I'm wrong. It's a man's bracelet.
Then
I still get it. You saw that it took me a little bit of time to kind of kick in there to make that connection. But once I did, I rolled with it. So
Yeah, you even said you got the goosebumps.
Yeah, but sometimes, it takes a little bit of time. I think people's perceptions of psychics and mediums
Doesn't that take a lot out of you? Doesn't that drain you?
It can if I'm not properly grounded. And if I don't.
But how do you, excuse me,
Sure.
How do you ground yourself for that? Like you took this ring.
Yeah.
What are you saying in your mind? Do you get grounded?
I do it before I worked. Before I knew I was going to be doing readings because you said, let's do something. So I prepared myself before I even came in here. So by the time I came in here, I was already energetically set.
How do you do that?
It's all about intention, which again is energy. So I say a little prayer and I say, this is what I hope to achieve, and it's for the betterment of this person, and please keep me safe, keep Lorraine safe, and I just keep my energy within myself. I don't give it to anybody else. So,
that's it, huh? That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a little bit more complicated, but it's a very individual process. So.
Yeah, because people will want to know that anyhow.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other show. That's a whole other show.
Anyhow, we told you about psychometry, and we had a good reading, and she was just terrific with her reading. Didn't know. I didn't feed her any information, believe me. So as you saw, I reacted, okay? There's so much out there to learn. If people would just not be blindfolded like we were talking, be open to grow and to learn different things, listen, read, meet people, and it makes the world a better place. I think so too, right?
Indeed,
it wasn't like years ago, everybody was closed. No one would communicate.
Right.
Now everything's so open, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, did you see your therapist today? Yeah, I go to my therapist all the time. You mentioned that years ago, they said, oh, that person's crazy.
Yeah.
We would be numb.
Yeah.
We wouldn't say anything.
Sure.
Everything would be inside of us.
Yeah.
But now everything's verbal.
Yeah.
We verbalize everything and we vent.
Yeah.
So it makes things better.
Yeah, it sure does.
Terrie, you were awesome.
Oh, thank you for having me on, Lorraine. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank
And don't forget, this was started 2,500 years ago by the Chinese emperor. Not in the Roman Empire. I thought it started in the Roman Empire, but not.
We
in the
learned a
Roman.
lot today. A little fun fact,
we
didn't
learned
we?
a lot. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you for joining us. Bye.